Hey everyone, it's JJGame719, and welcome back to another video. And today, I am presenting to you all a replica of the Honeyhive Galaxy straight out of Super Mario Galaxy that I have remade into Minecraft. So, in this video, I'm going to be showing you all around this build, showing you all this wonderful sights of the Honeyhive Kingdom, and occasionally talking about how I actually made the build itself. So, without further ado, let's begin. Though, fair warning, this first planet is a bit lengthy. I mean, it is very huge, so you're gonna have to bear with me here. Starting off, going over to this more optional path over here, with the firefly on this canopy tree right here. I like it. But we're gonna go up onto this plateau here, which in the game has the three musketeers, otherwise known as three piranha plants. Not much to show up here, but I will show the inside of this pipe, which in the actual game brings you to an area with like all these boulders rolling around, and there's a rainbow star that you can grab. Not much to show here, but I am showing you pretty much everything of this build, so I figured I'd show it. Anyways, getting out of this pipe and going over here. This right here. In the main game, there is actually a swing that you can actually like swing off of. However, I really did not know how to make it. Like, I really did not. I didn't know how to make the swing in the game, so honestly, if anyone could give me like some actual like insight on how to replicate that, I will definitely be sure to do that in the next build that these swings appear in. Now going over to this central plaza, we have this pretty nice view of, we have a decent view, and we have like the next planet over there that we're going to review once we're done with this one. Decent view, I like it. Anyways, there's also these, I presume to be fallen trees, and they're all like this where they have like two other layers underneath the ground and then like a first layer showing above the ground. Just figured I'd mention that. But now we're gonna go over here with the god of all trees, the greatest tree you'll ever see in your goddamn life. Like seriously, who needs to, build a tree when you can literally just get Twilight Forest and just plant a monstrous tree like this? It's the greatest tree in the universe. This tree will defeat all who oppose it, unless you have Tree Capitator installed. But still, it is the greatest tree that will ever exist. None shall oppose it. My point still stands. Anyways, being silly aside. Oh, also, there's cicadas here on this tree. But being like serious for a minute, yeah, I like this area so much. I love this area. It's probably my favorite part of the build because this area, it just looks so like quaint and peaceful with like the sunlight, filtering through the tree's canopy, the small like pond, the tree stumps with like the flowers and everything. I just love the way it looks. It's just like I would totally relax here. It looks like the perfect place to relax, and you cannot tell me otherwise. And then, like not as good of an area, but still a very good area, is up here. But first, I kind of tried to recreate the guild board the best I could, though I'm pretty sure in this iteration of him, he has about like 3 other cousins that have joined him here. Anyways, going up here, we have the area I mentioned earlier that also looked really cool. I love it. It looks so just beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. Love every single ounce of it. Like, tell me you wouldn't relax here. Especially with, like, all, like, the Honeyhive Kingdom citizens, like, the honeybees and all, which, they're kind of not here right now, I guess. But still, this isn't really this isn't exactly, you know, vanilla Minecraft, so I can't really have any bees here, but I tried. I tried. I tried my best. So now we have this waterfall that's going down here, and we're gonna go through here into this really cool looking tunnel. I love the way this looks. And this actually right here is not regular grass. It's actually a type of block from the Twilight Forest mod called forest grass, which can actually grow without light. So I figured I'd use it here instead of just regular grass, because the regular grass was just gonna, you know, die. But heading over here now, you have this tree stump, this hollowed out tree stump right here, which will lead us right down here. Which, I mean, this is kind of supposed to be a slide in the main game, but like, you know, slides don't really exist in Minecraft. But now, we're on the lower levels of the Honeyhive Kingdom. Literally, like, we're actually at like, yeah, we're at height 5 right now. It's like, this is like, we're literally near the void right now. Which, don't listen to the voices when they tell you to drop into the void. It's not good. Don't listen to the voices. It's bad. But right here, I kind of had to improvise. I'm sorry. Again, honey does not exist in this version of Minecraft. So the best I could do was use slime blocks and then place yellow carpets over them to make them look like honey. It's the best I could do though, but it's not bad. It's not a bad improv. It's not a bad improv, I don't think. And yeah, is that everything for this first planet? It might be. There's this area right here I never showed off with these crystals and the fountain, but it's not really anything major. So yeah, that's pretty much this entire first planet. Alright. So, since we're done with this first planet, just thought I'd mention, if you're enjoying the video, then be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft and Nintendo content. Also, be sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss out on another video. Without further ado, on to the next planet, which is right over there. So now we're over here on this next planet, which is it's a lot smaller than the first planet. Not as much to go over here, and really not much to go over at all. I mean, like, there's these flowers that I kind of want to talk about because they look a little bit weird, but there's not much. But I will talk about these flowers and these pillars right here. So in the main game, these pillars right here, they're actually like water fountains that spew out water. However, the reason I don't have any water flowing out of them, unlike the fountains on the other planets, is because they kind of looked goofy. Like, they made this planet look kind of goofy with the water, like, spewing out. Plus, there was, like, water getting, like, all over these platforms and stuff. It just looked weird, so I got rid of the water. And then these flowers. You might be asking me, JJ, do you know how to build? What are you doing with your life? And to that, I answer to you, well, viewer, there's kind of not really any good answer to making like a flower block. Like, also ignore my skin. I would rather talk about my Minecraft skin at a later point. But where's the block I'm looking for? Where is it? Huge stalk. Yeah, right here. So I could have used... I could have definitely used, like these... I could have definitely used this for the actual, like, stems. But, personally... And this might just be a me thing, honestly. But I felt like they looked a little bit weird with the wool. But that's kind of just me. So I just kind of opted to go for green wool instead. Just to kind of, like, go with the theming, I guess. But, again, that might just be a me thing. And so that's why these flowers look kind of goofy. Heck, they don't really look like flowers, except for this one. This one does look like a flower. This one looks really good. I like this. Now, onto the next planet, which is the residential area of the queen bee, which is the Honeyhive Castle. The long way to go up. And yes, these are honeycombs. Not much to show around here, but I did recreate this back area right here. Just figured I'd show that real quick. But if we go all the way up here, all the way, continue going, it's beautiful. Okay, so I'm actually really proud of this. It looks so good. Because if you know me, I'm really big on like having things being like symmetrical because I like when things are even. I cannot stand when things are not even. I like having everything be symmetrical and organized. And this, it's just like satisfying to look at because these flowers are arranged in such like a perfect pattern. Same thing with the water fountains. And then these like flower pots on the edges of the castle right here. I will admit it took me a few minutes to kind of like get these arranged in a pattern that was actually symmetrical, but I was able to figure it out. And don't ask where the queen is. Don't ask where the queen bee went, because honestly, I don't know either. Also, are these? Wow, these are. How did I not realize that these are not symmetrical? I don't remember. I do not remember if they're actually like this in the game, where they're not symmetrical. I might have to look into that. Other than that, though, everything is like perfectly symmetrical and organized, which is perfect for someone like me. That's all for the Honeyhive Castle. Gonna move on to the mini planetoids above the first planet now, and that observatory deck. I cannot speak. I swear English is my first language. So yeah, these tiny little planetoids right here, they exist. They do indeed exist. High above the Honeyhive Kingdom. I mean, they kind of need to exist because it's part of the, area. But there's nothing to really show. Same thing for this right here with this hollow tree stump in the middle of the planet. Not much to show, but high above the clouds, and we can drop down through this hole, which will lead us right onto the observatory deck. So now, we're on the observatory deck of the Honeyhive Kingdom, and let me see if I can do this right. So, I failed. Dang it. It's gonna happen. I'm going to get this right. There we go, second try. So, I had to, again with the improv thing, that seems to be coming up a lot lately. That seems to be coming up a lot in this video. But I had to use slime blocks as bounce pads because Minecraft doesn't really have bounce pads now, does it? And it probably never will. Though there probably is some sort of mod out there that does have bounce pads that are added in, but I am not entirely sure. What just happened right there? I was trying to show off. There we go. Yay. It works. Works as a thing. Anyways, yeah. Slime blocks, bounce pads. And then this. This is a button in the main game, but I didn't really know how to make it, like, a button that you could just, like, keep pressed down, so I just, did a thing. I did very simple redstone with this. I know it's depressing to look at it, but it works. It's just really bad. Now, we're on to the actual deck itself, which is the windmill, where the Mandibug parent is fought. Small arena for the mini-boss. And our next destination is right over there. But now I couldn't. But because this is Minecraft, you see, I couldn't really get the actual windmill to, you know, actually spin around. Though to be fair, that button, not being pressed is kind of keeping the windmill from spinning anyway. So I guess it works. It works as it is. Moving on to the Mandibug colony planet, where Bugaboom is actually fought, we have we have this. Also ignore that over there. We'll go over that at some point. That's a thing that exists. Anyways, some mini planetoids. Not much to show here. You kind of like swing onto these planets, these flowers as B Mario, and then you hover over the gaps with the black hole. Then, once you get over here, we have Mistleton, tree crown without a. I mean, we have another tree. Yeah. Anyways, we have the area where Bugaboom is fought, which, what was I gonna say? Okay, so my mind just drew a blank up right there. I apologize. But yeah, in the main game, this is actually this is grass that's kind of just growing in the water. But Minecraft doesn't, at least in 1.12, Minecraft doesn't really have plants that can grow in water. So literally dang it, I just realized one update away from actually having like, seaweed and kelp. I could have actually used that here. Dang. Anyways, so because seaweed doesn't exist, seaweed is not real. I hate to inform you all of this, but seaweed never existed. It's a drone. It's just a robot. But I used water lily flowers from Twilight Forest to kind of improv. And yes, that word improv is kind of just coming up a lot now, isn't it? Improv is just the running theme of this video. That's just all it is. Also, there's more cicadas right here. And right here, I kind of had a goofy moment. So, maybe asking, JJ, what the heck is this? JJ, what are you doing? And to that, I answer to you, well, again, these are honeycombs, but I kind of had a little goof up where I assumed, like, this first pattern right here, it's correct. This is how it looks in the game. But this second pattern is actually a different pattern in the game, and I kind of just assumed it looked the same as the first pattern, so I kind of just remade it, as this. I remade it into this form, and so now we kind of have symmetrical patterns. So that's always fun. Though, to be fair, it's symmetrical, and I like symmetry. Also, just like in the main game... Hold up, you guys can't see. I'm literally blinding you guys right now. Kind of. Not really. Hold up, let me get some night vision and milk. Right here. You can see, just like in the actual game, like, the root strands are actually poking through the planet. Because the way Twilight Forest trees work is they actually have, like, roots, like real world trees. And so, I'll show you all real quick. I will show you that I kind of decided to go... I decided to make things accurate. So I decided to actually, like, get rid of some of, like, the roots with this tree so that they weren't actually poking through the ground. Because the roots of this tree were actually poking through the ground, I think. Either that or I did actually cover things up. But I'm pretty sure they were slightly poking through the ground. So I kind of just, like, shortened down the roots of this tree. Because I wanted it to look accurate to the game. But with this, I actually kept the roots. Because in the actual game of Super Mario Galaxy, the roots are actually poking through this planet. And so I wanted, to keep things accurate. So I decided... But again, this area looks nice. I like it. I'm really proud. I'm honestly really proud of this build. I think it turned out excellent. Like, everything looks really accurate to how it does in the main game, and I absolutely am definitely a fan of it. But yeah, let me know what y'all think of this build in the comments below. And again, be sure to leave a like on this. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft and Nintendo content. Anyways, I'll see y'all later, and stay fresh.